Proficiency bonus, where we are running our Tomb of Annihilation episodes. Now that we have our technical difficulties resolved, we are lucky enough to be joined in an executive producer role by one of our very own MG from our Friday night campaigns, who has agreed to help out and is the reason we are actually able to stream at this point. So before we jump headfirst into today, we're not really sure where last week's stream picked up or dropped out for people. Quick recap is our group had just made their way out of the inside of the Man and Crocodile tomb after some very close calls for three of our party members, Devanay, King Gizzard, and Solana. Everyone made their way out, proceeded to set up camp. Most of the evening seemed to go fairly well for people, but thanks to some high alertness from Quen and Solana, they were able to notice that a couple of small masked goblins were approaching the camp. Unfortunately, Melik and Devanay did not really respond to their attempts to rouse them prior to the goblins actually moving in. The group had managed to deal with the goblins last week, and while one or two of them ran off and making a rather large ruckus, dragged some undead along to the party afterwards. The group managed to deal with them, and as we left off last week, they basically were littered around them with different corpses of various creatures, and they finished up their long rest, and brings us into this week. So one other thing I will mention is we are down one King Gizzard this week, as JJ is not able to join us. But other than that, we will pick right back up. Oh, and Digitio, thank you for being here right when we start. As you can see, our producer's actually already in chat working with it. So at this point for our group, the sun has just crested over the trees in the forest surrounding you. You all have completed your full night's rest, waking up for the morning. Musharib, thankful to Solana for saving him during those battles, has started getting breakfast together for everyone. What's the group doing?
I want to know if we ever found out
what those two buildings were. Let me grab here. I believe one of you did take a poke over there. I just can't remember.
There's some on the other side too.
Okay. Yeah, so the ones down at the bottom, well, actually, they are the same. Go ahead and make a, let's see here. Go ahead and make a investigation check for me. Okay, so as you're exploring the two southern ones down here, you see that they're basically outhouses, latrines.
Wow, I used a really good roll.
As you open the north one, you notice it's just a foul-smelling latrine. As you open the second one, though, a long-dead Templar falls forward, the corpse almost landing on top of you. As you poke around, look at the body, it seems he had fallen down half into actually into the latrine itself. Looks like he died of dehydration over a couple of days. Couldn't get himself out.
Oh my god.
As you're looking at the corpse itself, you see he was wearing some sort of like scale mail armor that is just rotted and rusted from sitting in this latrine. Sitting next to him up top is a large warhammer and a small pouch.
I open the small pouch.
Okay, as you open the small pouch, you notice that there's 5 different gemstones in the
Ooh,
pouch.
shiny! I keep the shinies. Yell at
Okay.
whoever can use a Great War Axe to use this Great War Axe. Probably our fighter. Can you do that? No. Okay.
We'll go
I
ahead and
have
do
a
it.
lot of weapons.
Oh,
It can't hurt to have one more.
it's true.
Devin, if you don't want it, I'll take it. I'll sell it.
I'm not carrying that around, so
Sure.
go for it.
Okay. Idiots.
Hey, I'm keeping the shinies.
Okay, so with that, so that's what Solana's doing. Quen, Melik, what would you guys be doing this morning?
Yeah, how much of this area did we explore? Like, the feet. These giant feet.
This is sorry to our viewers. Melik, this is from the week you weren't here. Melik basically sat out on the toes and was just serenading the group while Devanay, Solana, and King Gizzard were actually in the tomb.
Oh, that's the death zone. Okay.
Yeah, basically. They got about 3/4 of the way through before crap got real and they decided to retreat.
Did we check this one?
Yeah, Solana checked and stuck her head in both of the large tents. I don't believe she saw anything in either of them, though.
Okay, well, Melik is gonna polish that war axe and get it ready to go and chill and wait for breakfast.
Oh, I want to find Quen and ask him if he can do a.
What would you like Quinn to do?
If he can roll religion on the shiny thing I found.
Quinn is feeling quite springtime today, so he prances over and takes it and is just in his little tips of his fingers and takes a good look at it and see if he recognizes any religious affiliations.
Okay, go ahead and make a religion check for me then.
I think it was religion, right, DM?
Yeah, it's religion.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. I've still got the part marked in my book.
Yay.
And Quen is the first to hit it. So as Solana pulls out this small silver item on a leather strap, the minute she pulls it out and hands it over to you, Quen, you notice and you recognize it's a holy symbol for Torm.
This is the holy symbol of Torm, and I know so much about that.
Oh, do tell.
You people would, wouldn't you? And I got nothing on Torm. This is unprepared DM, so while DM is pulling this up to find out who the heck Torm is, Devanay, what are you doing during all of this? I know Melik said Melik's getting the axe ready to go.
I'm sitting around and waste doing.
I'm sorry, you're sitting in what? You want robot a second for me?
Just sitting.
Okay. Thanks. Not helping the DM out. Okay, so let me jump back over now that I've got my information pulled up here. So, Quen, you proceed. You know that Torm is known as the True and the Loyal Fury. Was a god who basically focused on duty, loyalty, and righteousness. The holy symbol that you're looking at is a right-handed gauntlet held upright with the palm forward.
I relay that to the party quite excitedly.
Be religiously affiliated with this? Like, I guess not, so I'll hold on to it if anyone's not.
Okay, so as you guys are finishing up, and Musharib finishes getting breakfast together, what's the party's plans?
Quen is just gonna like look around camp and look at some pretty flowers and see what he can gather. You know, some little bits, some like cute little things for the trip wherever.
You mean the trip inside the Tomb of Fun?
Well, Quen's
Yeah.
really excited about that.
Was gonna mention about the lady, as Devaney put it. Aren't we on a job?
Yes,
this
but
tomb
what
thing
about
is
the
exciting.
Tomb of Fun is besides
Okay.
tomb.
From what I heard, not so fun. Don't be a liar. Second of all,
We all survived.
This is just camp fun right now, okay?
okay. Camp Fun has 30 more minutes.
Camp fun summer.
Then are we investigating this thing more? Or, because I know we found a map that apparently didn't get y'all anywhere. Are we looking for another map? Or are we actually doing our job?
I really want to go in the tomb again, and if JJ here,
So, as Solana is saying that, King Gizzard will step up. I really go.
yes, who's with me?
Back in the tomb again?
Yes,
I'll follow.
yes.
There is a door. Door needs to lose.
Door does need to lose. I concur.
Okay. Go in the tomb. Well, I guess. Yeah, let's go in the tomb.
Okay, so as those of you who are interested approach the tomb, Solana taking the time to explain how the 3 traps that they have figured out work. Realistically, the only one you guys are going to need to roll for is anyone who's going in. I need a acrobatics check from them.
Ooh, did not go well for me.
No, Melly's got the flips.
Quen's got the flips.
Okay, so Solana, as you're taking the time to explain to everyone else how to get through these traps without a problem, you go to step out onto the ledge and inch your way across the trap door at the same time as King Gizzard does, and the two of you just tumble on top of each other down into the pit.
We would.
You both end up taking 9 points of damage from the fall.
Ouch.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wait, that's right. JJ wasn't here and has not rolled hit. JJ, this is going on recording. Once again, you didn't roll your hit dice after last week. Frown upon you, but you may get lucky. Let's see if I crit for you again. Not at all.
No, not even close.
What? Okay, so give me a second. I'm gonna mark down here. I hate rolling for people, but okay. 6, 4. Okay, just because I want to at least give him. You know what? I'm not even gonna give him anything. He's just staying at level 3 until he does it. So I'll just try to keep that in mind. If something happens, I'm just gonna kill him.
Okay.
No, King Gizzard, my only friend.
Okay, so as you two fall down into the pit, it's easy enough for you two to help each other, basically help each other out the other side. So as you two make it into the next side, Quen and Malik make it across no problem, and thanks to Devaney's quick thinking yesterday when you guys were in here, all of the traps have been disabled. So you guys move right through this room and into the next room with all the pressure plates.
This Stephanie is awesome. You like
As,
this right here.
As you guys... Go ahead.
Quinn will a motion towards Melik and will shout, "Carry me!"
Why?
Like the legend. Come on, it'll be fun.
And as Solana proceeds to explain to you guys, is that's how you don't die. Gizzard will pick up Solana and make the way across over to the door.
Fun and don't dying is my game. Let's do this. I guess.
All right, I'm gonna use my DM's inspiration dice and insight the door, the heck out of this door.
You mean investigate, so go ahead and
Oh,
give me a
yeah.
roll. If you want to
Are
roll
you telling
insight,
the
you
Oh
can
my
do it.
god, I don't use my DM's dice. Are you serious?
So, as you're looking at this door, and okay, let me see, where do we have it here? Okay. As you go and start checking the door, you are looking at a door that has, again, 16 buttons across it, 4 rows, basically a 4x4 grid. As you're taking a few minutes to look at it, you notice that there is a glyph that has been etched into the door. As you remember from yesterday, you're pretty sure that this glyph is what triggered the Thunderwave spell that sent King Gizzard flying off the ledge. As you're looking through it and taking a few minutes to check into it, you realize that there's the buttons need to be pressed in a certain sequence to open the door, but you also notice that the glyph seems to be have been drained. Looks like it was a one and done.
Can I investigate this glyph using what I know about magic?
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Okay, Arcana? Yeah?
Yep.
I don't know. I investigated the heck out of the door. I got a 21. The door should open and bow before me right now.
Quen, as you look at the glyph that Solana's pointed out on the door, you agree with what her initial thought was. As she remembers being affected by the Thunderwave spell when they were at the door yesterday. And then as you're looking at it, you can tell obviously that's exactly the spell that was this glyph was designed for, and it has been expended. There's no risk of it going off again.
Hey, now don't be shocked, but there was a Thunderwave spell in this. But it's gone now.
Oh. So many words.
Melik is disgusted, appalled. The door? Like, can we just press buttons until it opens?
Actually, and I apologize, that's right, Melik wasn't here for this last time. So, Melik, as you and Quen are walking up to this, and you guys are seeing this for the first time up close. And where do I have my notes on the order? Yes, I do. Okay, as you guys are looking at this, basically 4x4 grid of buttons on this door, you're noticing 4 of them are lit up. In the top row, it's the second button. On the third row, it's the third button. On the third row, it's the second button again. And on the bottom row, it's the fourth.
We pressed them in the wrong
2,
order.
3,
last
2,
time.
1.
2, 3, 2, 4.
2, 3, 2, 4.
Now, King Gizzard and Solana, when they were up here last, pressed all 4 buttons at the same time, which proceeded to blow King Gizzard straight off the back of the ledge.
I'm gonna press the third button on the bottom row.
Okay. So as you press the third button on the bottom row, nothing happens.
Boo!
I'm gonna press the fourth button on the fourth row.
Okay, as you press it in, you hear it click, but it pops right back out.
I press the buttons from bottom to top order.
Okay, so as you start with the
Gwen stands back.
as you start with the same button that Melik had just pressed in on the bottom row, you press the button in, it depresses, and then it pops right back out again.
I press the buttons from
I'm sorry?
top to bottom.
As you reach up and press in the second button on the top row, the button depresses and it clicks into place.
Yes!
As you continue going down the remaining 3 buttons, pressing them in, as the fourth one clicks in, you hear a grating, grinding sound of stone rubbing against stone.
Ew.
As this large door slowly pulls itself up and opens away into the next room.
Oh my god, we did it,
Gwen
guys!
jumps up into Melix's arms, scared.
Melik falls to the ground, also scared.
No, don't fall into the tiles, that's bad.
As this is pulling up, King Gizzard turns to look over at Yusla and says, "The door does not win."
Doors never win against us gizzards.
As you guys look into this next room, you see the floor of this room is dusty and covered with all manner of different bones.
Ew.
Cobwebs stretch from the walls. And as you're looking further in, you not only see the cobwebs reaching across the hall in front of you, you see them reaching into a large central pillar in the middle that seems to have a staircase wrapped around it.
Of course it would.
As you're looking in and at the actual pillar itself, you see that carved into the pillar are reliefs of a man with a crocodile being carried on his back. The images follow the stairs to the top of the pillar, on top of which sits a large jug. And actually, I'm going to say, when you get there... Okay. What's everyone doing? King Gizzard is going to basically follow in a couple of steps behind you, Solana.
Is there anything on the walls?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me. Okay, as you're looking around the walls, the rest of the room outside of the pillar seems to be just very dusty and cobwebby. Nothing stands out on the walls. As you're looking around, you see the bones that are all along the ground around you are all dinosaur bones. They don't seem to be humanoid.
Oh wow, okay.
You said that the pillar has pictures on it?
Yeah, the pillar itself has an image of basically the man carrying the crocodile. The same, it's the same repeating image that seems to be prevalent throughout.
Interesting. Is there a light source in here?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. How much does Gizzard weigh?
He's very heavy, he's like 600 pounds.
Yeah, if you guys are thinking that, he's carrying somebody.
No man's gonna be able to carry our lizard. Can I look like up? Up. Up. Can I look up and see if there's anything like up there from here?
Yeah, so when you're looking up at the top of the pillar, you can see there seems to be a very large, beautiful ceramic jug sitting on top of this pillar.
Can I investigate the bones?
Sure, what exactly are you looking for?
Maybe try and gather how these folks died? These lizards?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
flips and wits.
Okay, so as you're looking around at them, you don't show any signs, any direct obvious signs of, I'll call it murder. Looks like from best you can tell, these creatures were locked in here, perhaps as a defense to keep people away from whatever is housed at the top of this pillar. And just nobody's come in here in so long, they just withered and died of dehydration or starvation. Some, we'll call it natural cause, but...
Okay, well, now Melik's interest is piqued, and he's gonna start heading up them stairs. What's in this jug?
Come on.
Okay. And you're going up alone?
No, I'm going up with them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's the marching order?
Oh, we have to fight the jug. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I will go first.
All right, I'll go second.
One will go
Okay.
third.
So, as you guys step up, as Melik's leading this march, guys get up. First step, second step. Melik hits the third step,
Oh no.
and a flash goes off beneath the feet.
Why don't we perceive or investigate the stuff that
And-
could kill us?
I need all three of, actually, Gizzard has to make it as well. So I need everyone to make a dexterity save for me. Whoa. Those are some nice rolls.
Take that.
Oh, absolutely! Team flips!
Okay, come on, Gizzard.
Please, Gizzard, please.
Don't- No, well, actually, he's got a pretty decent bonus to it. And that is actually enough, so everybody takes half damage.
Oh!
Okay, of what? Let's investigate this pillar.
Y'all take 15 lightning damage as an explosion and a large flash of white hot electricity bursts from those stairs, completely filling the room.
I investigate the pillar better.
As you can hear Devaney yelling from the opening, "Everybody okay? Y'all better not die in there!"
So,
And okay, so that is
alright,
15
what else can I
down.
investigate?
Gizzard just sits down, back a step by the door. That is almost fried his brain at that point. So go ahead and make an investigation check on the steps. Okay, as you're looking through, you see that there are traps on you can see that there are glyphs on numerous steps on the way up this pillar.
Are they
You're looking,
easily avoidable?
As you're looking through them, you can try to avoid them. You'll have to, let's see, you'll need to make a, let's see, what is it? Acrobatics check if you want to try to go around them. But given your roll, you also think back to the room with the pressure plates in it.
I am not thinking this vase is worth it. I don't know what Gizzard would say about this, but we defeated the door, but I don't think
Gizzard
that
can
vase
see it.
would be worth
Gizzard probably wants it.
Oh, I don't like Gizzard
But
yet.
there's 3 other people in here. Gizzard won't. I don't think Gizzard would fight directly against the entire party if the party wants to. If the party says it's time to leave.
So, okay. So Quinn's gonna cast levitation on himself
Good idea.
and float up to investigate the jug.
Why didn't Quinn just do that from the beginning?
Okay. Malik was a
because
broken
I
man.
like to see if you guys can do stuff. Plus spell slots.
Okay, so Quen is
Slots.
Quen is taking a couple of seconds to cast levitate and starting to move up towards the top here to take a look at that jug. Melik and Solana, what are you doing while Quen is doing this?
Well,
Acting
Malik
like a
is-
deer. What's Melik doing? Sorry. Oh, Melik left.
Malik went
Okay.
and sat down next to Gizzard. He was a broken man. Seeing Quinn levitate was unbroken. Thing for not doing that was rebroken, and is now destroyed by you acting like a deer.
Okay,
He's
so we
just
have
gonna sit
Oh, I'm not
quietly.
acting like a deer. I'm just acting like a deer in the headlights. Like, okay, I don't know where to start next. I'm not
broken,
turning
then.
into a deer. Oh, I
okay.
could have probably spider climbed up to that or something too. Oh yeah.
So it's Lennon, as you continue to levitate yourself up there, as you watch Melik, after stepping on the glyph, just walking away, and nope, I'm out, I'm done. Solana just sitting there, eyes wide, just sort of Neo in the Matrix. Whoa. You managed to complete your travel up, and you find yourself floating at the top of this 30-foot pillar with a rather large, beautifully carved ceramic jug sitting on the top of this pillar. You said you wanted to check it out?
Yeah, I want to check it out. So what should I roll if I'm gonna check this thing out?
Don't
Let's
touch it.
see here. I'll give you the option. You can make an investigation check if you'd like, or you can make an arcana check.
I'll make an arcana check.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'll make an arcana check.
Okay. Just go ahead and make your roll. Actually, that is going to be in. Yeah, that should be more than enough. So give me a second to grab my information on that. Oh wait, it's the monster manual. That is not my DM's guide. When you've read too many books.
The phrase monster manual did freak me out, though. I'm at 4 HP. I don't need that right now.
It's a mimic. It's going to swallow Quinn whole.
Okay.
Oh, good. I taste
Oh,
delicious.
no.
There we go. So, as you're looking at it, you definitely get the feeling that this item is magical. When you're looking at it, it seems to be about a gallon-sized jug. You definitely get the feeling that there is some magical essence to this item, but you'd have to spend a little more time with it, or if you have like a detect magic or identify spell in order to know exactly what it does.
I have detect magic. Okay. So Quinn takes a moment and maybe he chants a little something about springtime and flowers blooming and all kinds of wonderful little like shiny sparkles kind of float around, and they're all pink, and mystical petals seem to materialize around as he casts detect magic on the jug.
So let's see here. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to see. Okay. And do me a favor. With Castat, go ahead and make one more Arcana check with advantage. See just how much this is going to get for you from that spell. It's not specifically designed for what we're doing here. And that is one hell of a roll.
Nice.
Ha,
So,
take that.
As you complete the casting your detect magic, and you start looking into this a little bit more. You recognize this as an alchemy jug. And from your study and your knowledge, you know that this can be used in order to create liquid once a day, each dawn.
Just any old random liquid. I just name it and it makes it.
Well, you know that it can do acid, basic poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar.
A gallon of mayonnaise every day. Deal with it.
2 gallons. 2 gallons of mayonnaise, technically.
2 gallons of mayonnaise every day. Deal with it.
Fresh water, salt water, or wine.
I don't
I
think
take that
so,
back.
but-
Wine though, but only if he's in fall. Okay. Am I able to identify if there's any like?
It's a trap.
I guess there would be some kind of trap around it. How would I even begin to tell that?
Make an
I leave
investigation
the
roll.
room. Can I leave the room?
Okay.
Solana's already certain something's going to go wrong and is getting ready to run away. As you're looking at it, doesn't look like it's trapped. Looks like somebody just set it up at the top of a stone pillar.
That's cool.
Hey, Quinn, should we leave?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not really invested in a jug full of mayonnaise every morning, so
Never mind. That's why I'm leaving.
As you say that, you hear Gizzard perk up. A jug, you say?
yeah,
Yeah,
a jug. Do you want this? You can like have this, but you gotta come get it.
Hey, Quinn, don't say that. You'll come get it.
Yes.
And yeah, that's
The room.
exactly what he's going to do. Is
Nope.
anyone going to warn
Wait,
him
I'm
about
gonna
the...
cast suggestion.
Coin is gonna levitate away.
Okay, oh,
Make a wisdom saving throw, Gizzard.
oh, JJ, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I did what you told me to. You may not be allowed to do this. Wisdom saving throw. Okay, and what's your DC? Okay.
Oh my god.
He hears you and he doesn't care.
Alrighty, well then, it's been fun, my dude.
Is anyone warning him about those steps?
I tried
yeah.
to. I was like, hey, Gizzard, magically, those are bad stairs. Turn around. Mayonnaise not worth it.
Stairs are bad.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, he is. You know what? He knows they're traps, so I will give him the opportunity to see if he spots any of the other traps. He will make his. Let him roll for it. Give me a second to pull his sheet back up here. If not, this ain't going to be pretty.
Oh, Gizzard.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, wow, and he has got a 1 to investigation. Well, we will let him burn his DM's inspiration. I will try to help him out as much as I can here.
No, he had a nat 20. He didn't have DM inspiration.
That's... Well, you didn't need that, okay. So, first one, we'll give him the nat 20... well, actually, I'll throw it to the party. Do you want him to burn his nat 20 on one of these?
Can I give him bardic inspiration really quick?
Sure, if you'd like to.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a bardic inspiration. Gizzard,
Oh.
look really, really hard. Make sure you're looking hard. It's a D6.
Okay. Rolls a second check. Doesn't need it. Rolls his third check. And doesn't need it.
Wow.
So as you guys watch, Gizzard manages to make his way to the top of the tower. As he's stopping to look along each step on his way up, and actually manages to notice each one of the trapped steps on his way up. As he gets to the top of the top there and looks at it. Let's see here. I'll make one more.
Oh,
Oh, not one roll. Actually, there's no point. So he gets up top, and just as Quen had said, there's no trap here.
Oh no!
Reaches out, grabs hold of the jug, picks it up, and the minute it comes off the ledge, all of a sudden, the three of you and Gizzard hear cracking.
we're out of here.
As you guys turn and look back over to where he is and see him standing up top, a scaly smile on his face, jug held up in both hands, you notice a chunk of the ceiling fall down behind him.
Okay.
As he notices that and starts making a beeline like a bat out of hell, he is going to make his save to see what happens, and he makes it. Unfortunately, he does still take half damage as he's running out the door.
Okay, I
So,
heal him real
let's
quick.
see. Roll.
Should I roll for that?
Oh yeah, you can. This, it's not going to be enough to knock him completely. So as he comes charging to the door, football carrying the jug under his arm, he gets right in front of it and just one last stone hits him. And as it crashes into the back of his head and shoulder, he falls through the door, landing in front of Quen, unconscious.
Okay.
Unconscious? No.
Yep. Between the lightning bolt and this, he's at 0.
Is the jug okay?
Jug is fine. He had that protected. He was holding it like it was a newborn baby.
Oof,
So now
okay.
he's
Alright, I'm gonna
been healed for 7.
revive.
So he's now back up unconscious.
Let's get the hell out of here.
I want to peek in. Was there anything behind him, or did the ceiling just crash?
The ceiling just caved in. As you're turning and looking, as you're watching, there's still rocks and pieces of the ceiling cascading down.
Alright.
The room's just collapsing on it.
Time for a nap.
Okay, so as you guys make your way back out here, again doing the man and crocodile style to get across the steps with
Yep.
there. Do me a favor, Malik. I need a dexterity check, or sorry, an acrobatics check for that floor there.
Oh, son of a.
Let's see.
Dex is my highest stat.
Oh, I think that's
Wisdom.
Okay, so actually with a 10, you're okay. Malik makes it fine without a problem. Let's see.
No!
Gizzard falls.
Come on, Gizzard!
Oh my god.
Is still conscious, but is in extremely rough shape now at the bottom of the pit. Quen, do me a favor. I need you to make a check for me as well.
Acrobatics, right?
How do I
Acrobatics, yep. Oh yeah, you're fine.
Ha ha ha.
Gizzard's the only one who fell down. He manages to crawl his way back out.
Again!
So, Gizzard is in an extreme amount of pain, but has made his way back out front in possession of an alchemy jug.
Gizzard can get first dibs on the first liquid. Dude. So, like, are we good here? Can we take a nap?
still morning.
You guys just
Okay,
get out
yeah,
of bed, but
Crap! Always with the lady, Devanay. Got blown up.
okay. So Devonay, as you're standing there and you're watching as your group is slowly making their way back out of this. Well, at this point, it might as well be a tomb of annihilation for you guys. Is every time somebody's walked in there, people have come out almost crippled. You guys make your way out and see Gizzard is in extremely rough shape. Makes his way over by the fire and is just going to plop down to rest. When you bring up going to check on the lady again, the young acolyte, Musharib will turn over to you and say, if you're that interested in going, lass, we can go take a look together. And we just lost her out of Discord. Send her a quick message. Oh, she's aware she lost it. So we're gonna go. Okay. So, just gonna give that a second, see if we got Kaplan back in here. Yes, Digitio, this is the same lady that was accompanying them from a couple of weeks ago. Basically, she stayed with the canoe a little ways north of the camp, which is going to be, way off up here somewhere. And nobody thought to check on her the other night, so we're really not sure whether or not she's still up there or what the situation is going on with her at the moment.
Oops. Oops.
So, and Devanay is currently attempting to reconnect to Discord because, we get most of our technical problems solved. Always got to be at least one. Just glad it's not on the broadcast end of it this week.
While they're checking on the lady, can we take a short rest so I can play a song of rest?
Yep, so you figure it took you guys about 20 minutes or so to walk down here from where you guys left the canoe last time. So yeah, you figure you've probably got enough time for about a half an hour or so to an hour that you'll have to be able to play that and help out. Gizzard will get a chance to use some hit dice. And anyone else who wants to as well can feel free. So you guys will start doing that as Musharib and Devanay go off heading north towards the where they left the canoe. So
Okay. Yeah, so however many hit dice you want to use, you get an extra d6.
So do they just roll an extra d6, or do you roll it and it gets added on?
I guess I'll roll it.
Oh, okay, so go ahead.
Okay, well, it's a crappy song. Deal with it.
So on every hit dice you roll, you get an extra 1. Okay. So give us 1 second, Devanay. I'm just rolling some hit dice for King Gizzard, and then you and Musharib are heading up north. So let's see here. We're gonna. Okay, so we have 8 on the first one, 7 on the second gives 15. Then we'll have him burn all 3 of them. And 5 gets him almost back up to full. Okay. Well, our King Gizzard has managed to come out of the tomb with a jug after finally defeating the door with the group of 4 of you. Okay, so that will bring us over. Now we'll leave the group of you for a few moments, and we're going to jump over to Devaney and Musharib. So, Devaney, as you and Musharib start heading north, takes you about 15-20 minutes to walk back up to where the canoe was. Do me a favor, go ahead and make a perception check for me. Really hoping she heard me. Devaney, are you having trouble rolling? Ooh! Alrighty then. So,
No.
as apparently not. So as you make your way up there, and you find the we'll call it the campsite where you put the canoe. You notice that the canoe is beaten up rather badly. As you look around, you don't see Anit anywhere present. Looking around the ground, you can see some strange footprints leading in towards the water. Go ahead and make a nature check for me with advantage because you've got Musharib there with you. Okay, you are no earthly idea what the heck could have made these footprints on there. Let me see here. Musharib probably does. We're gonna take okay. Where, let's see, wisdom. Okay, so as you point them out, Musharib and you were talking about it, he lets you know that he's heard rumors, fables, tales told of strange, basically bipedal-esque lobsters known as the Eldani. Says they're usually not violent creatures. They tend to be xenophobic and will try to bribe people who are invading their territory away with treasures and baubles, usually things they find in the bottom of the river. As you're looking around from your perception check, you don't see any blood or any real signs of a struggle. You're not 100% sure what to make of this. Your best bet is that these lobster folk were the last ones to have seen Anit. And their footprints or trail is heading back down southwards towards where you guys were, but into the water. If the water is very murky, from standing on the shore, you're really not going to be able to see much. If you want, you can try going in, basically, sticking your face into the water, trying to make goggles to look into it, but it's very sort of dark and murky You don't notice any, no. You looked around with that perception check. If they were readily available, you'd see them. Your best get is she was carried away by something, and the only tracks you can see are the Aldani. Okay, and I apologize to Jatio. I will start reading it out to. I'll start reading out the stuff for you as well if it's not clear enough to read. So Devonay was just asking if she could see anything in the water, and if there were any human footprints. Devonay's now heading back to camp to trade into the news. So as Devonay and Musharib make their way back, gather with the party currently taking a nice rest, listening to Melik's Song of Rest at the campfire, rolling some much needed hit dice as King Gizzard is admiring his new jug before putting it away in his pack. Devonay and Musharib come back and basically fill you guys in on what they saw. The damaged canoe, the missing...
It broke my boat?
Yes, the boat was hacked up, damaged by something you're not sure what. They aren't sure what. Given that there were goblins in the area as well, could have been goblins, could have been these lobster folk that Musharib is talking about, could have been a third party after everything else went down.
I apologize for interrupting. A little bit sensitive about the boat. What else were you saying?
Oh, no, just filling you in on they don't really know what did it to the boat. So all they can tell you is they see strange tracks. Musharib explains, describes the myth of these lobster people to you guys. And that the tracks, as best as he could figure, would look like something that you would expect from an oversized humanoid lobster. Doesn't look like a regular dinosaur track. It's not as normal one of the humanoid races that you'd expect to see.
But we're pretty sure whoever broke the boat took the lady.
That's the assumption at this point.
Devonay, you're looking to look for the lady, I'm sure.
So Devonay is sharing too.
That's a fair point.
Devonay is bringing up that the tracks headed southward into the river and heading down that direction, and that payment is needed for this journey, so...
I was going to go just to revenge on the boat, but the payment is another great reason to go. So, we're all pretty rested up, right? We're good, let's do this.
Okay, real quick, Sarah, you back with us? Check your mic is muted because you're not lighting up in Discord. Nope, still got nothing lit up. So, okay, well, our viewers, sorry, it looks like we are still having a couple of minor technical glitches here. But, let's see here. Actually, what we will do is... Let me see here while they're looking at that. Let me check one thing real quick. Okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll take a quick 5-minute break here as see if our players have any luck with getting this Discord our audio syncing problems for some of our members taken care of here. And while we were doing that, I think our moderator is in chat with us right now. So I am going to ask him to go ahead and open up our raffle as we have our. Oh, well, we've already gone to the commercial, so I can't hold up a picture of it. But actually, MG, can they still hear us?
I think so.
Okay. Hopefully you can. Okay. And up that raffle. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up that raffle for everything. Oh, audio is a go. Digitio just confirmed they can still hear us. So let's go ahead and open up that raffle for everyone. Once it goes live, I believe the link and our moderator, Michael, our proficiency bonus here, we'll be able to verify it should be an exclamation point and then the word raffle. Once we get confirmation it has gone live, raffle is open. So again, it's exclamation point raffle to get your name entered into it. We're going to take a quick 5 to 7 minute break. And then when we get back, we'll be drawing the winner. So thank you very much for tuning in to everyone. And we will be back in just a few minutes.
Yeah, thank you. We're back.
Okay, and then MG, if you can do me a favor on Discord, just click the desktop and mic link so it stops the audio feed.
Desktop mic link. Testing. Hold on.
back up and running once more. Managed to get our minor technical hiccups ironed out. So at this point, I think we are pretty good to go ahead and end our raffle at this point.
Yay!
So, Mr. Moderator, if you can do me a favor, go ahead and close that raffle, even though I think we're pretty sure who won. Let's go ahead and close it out and get our winner announced. And then what we'll do is have our winner send over an email to our proficiency bonus email address so we can get this sent out to you nice and quick. Just giving them a couple of moments here to, hey, there we go. Congratulations, Digitio, proud new owner of a collector's set of Tomb of Annihilation dice, still all nice and sealed up. Our executive producer, MG, has been working on some technical issues while we were taking care of the vocal portion of it, and apparently is now being mittened by Moobot. If you want to find out why it's called mittened, you'll have to tune in on Friday nights to find that one out. But
Take a picture of the dice and post them when you open them.
yes, definitely, Digitio. When you open the dice, feel free to get the email sent over. Actually, we'll toss.
Annihilation.
You can send it to the Proficiency bonus email address, or if you want my email address. Oh, really? I just got yelled out for trying to share an email address to have Digitio contact me. So, Mr. Moderator, I'll let you go ahead and send out the email link.
Okay.
Because, apparently it doesn't like my ideas. In the meantime, though, we'll jump right back into this. So the group has managed to pull back together after taking some of them taking a short rest while others went up to collect and eat and found her missing. You have two perfectly good canoes beside you.
Oh, good. And
a bunch of dead goblin and other carcasses strewn throughout the area. You guys have made it in and out of the tomb of man and crocodile. What's your plan?
I'm gonna go to one of the canoes and jump in.
I'll be right behind. These are hashtag not my boat, and I want my boat back.
So Melik is now prepared for revenge. While this is going on, actually, you guys now have enough. You have more than enough canoes. Are you guys going to take both canoes?
Can we fit in one, or should we fit in two?
You should definitely take two. The last time we left a boat alone, it got broke.
Okay, two.
Okay. So King Gizzard will jump in with Melik and Solana, and then Mushari will jump in to the other canoe with Piers, Devaney, and Quen. So, and with that, we will be departing from the realm of Camp Righteous and heading back over and heading back over to the map of Chult that our players have so far discovered. So, Mr. Executive Producer, if you can jump over to the player's map for me. While this loads up for us. Oh no, this...
Vengeance? We know that Camp Vengeance is down the way too?
Mushari did mention that there were two camps, yes.
Okay.
So, we're just waiting for this to, Don't mind that. He flipped us to the wrong screen. We are still streaming, even though there is a commercial on the screen right now.
That was while he's changing maps.
Okay,
So
we're going
secrets.
Oh, show all the secrets you want. It happens whenever I do it too. And shifting here is where you guys are. So is you guys prepare to head out for the day? Who's taking point? You having Gizzard do this, as you guys have been having some luck with him leading the fray, or are you putting Mushri back in front?
Last time I did it, I led us down the wrong
Mushroom knows where this next camp is, right?
Well, he knows it's
did
along the river. The catch to it,
Did I know any more nature stuff if I looked at the footprints or anything?
not really. These aren't. These aren't. I don't want to call them not natural creatures, but these are creatures of myth and legend. These are things that he's looking at and saying, "Well, this is what it looks like it could be," because nothing that I know in this area looks like this.
So we're just gonna continue down the river without the lady that hired us to go down the river.
We're going to get the lady.
Yeah, at this point, all what Devaney and Mushrib have seen is that the canoe beaten to hell. That's where you left the lady. There are some manner of footprints that are heading southbound and disappear into the water. No humanoid footprints, though.
Okay.
So the safe bet that Mushrib is assuming is that this person was taken. I'm assuming Devaney is of the same mindset in that. As for as you guys are traveling downriver, there are tributaries and offshoots along this river. So that's why each time when you guys are starting to head along, it's somebody's actually serving as the navigator to head down there. So you guys have had Musharib do it. He's done okay. You've had Gizzard do it. He's done really well, usually. You've had Solana do it, and y'all ended up spending half a day going the wrong direction. So who do you guys want to serve as your navigator? Which boat to take in front?
My vote would normally be Gizzard. He does have a god hand controlling his rolls right now that don't usually turn out so well. Okay,
Wow.
but that's some meta stuff.
Okay, and he's actually got a higher bonus than Musharib does, so
Okay.
let's see.
Why?
Oh, my wisdom just went up too, so I could do it too.
Oh, that's it. Well, he hits the goal he needs.
Yay!
So let's see here. I gotta flip over my list. And we have got to make 3 rolls. 1, 2.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Are you joking?
Wow.
That's
That
crazy.
is just a really bad joke. Okay. So do me a favor. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I need. Actually, we're just going to go right across. I'm going to ask Devaney. Oh, who'd we lose? Of course, we lost Devaney.
Immediately.
Okay. Okay, Melik, go ahead and roll a D18 for me as well. And Lennon, you're still here with me, right?
Yes.
Roll a D18 for me. Okay. Okay, so that was.
Is that good? Oh.
We'll find out in a moment. Oh, wow. You better hope it's good.
Consensus?
Okay, and I do not think Kepler can hear me. Okay, we're asking one more shot. Let's see here. Okay. Huh. Okay. So that is not bad at all.
Yay!
And we'll see what we'll do is we'll just flip our order where it seems to be taking Devonay just a couple of moments here. So as you guys are traveling down the river here, and we're gonna basically condense to save a little bit of time, but as you start out in the morning, Melik, you're the first one to notice as you're going down, and Gizzard is calling out, keeping you guys fairly on track with where you're heading. And you notice off to the on the north bank of the river from you that there is a collection of strange plants. Do me a favor, roll a d6. Okay.
Is that good?
Beautiful. Okay, so as you are rolling through here, and I am probably going to have to research this because it doesn't say what the heck it is at the moment. Oh, Appendix C. Yes, it will. You notice that there are some strange plants growing on a tree along the shore, and as you point them out to Musharib, it tells you that they're called dancing monkey fruit.
Love to meet the guy who named that.
Says, this magic fruit, each one of them you find will fill a single vial. But any humanoid, any person who eats or drinks the juice does a really wild and crazy dance.
Ooh, Solana
Do
likes
they
to
really?
survival. Pick one of these.
One is really enticed by this.
Yeah.
So
Well, Melik saw it first, so let's get on over there.
so as you guys pull the boats over to the side of the river, Melik hops out as Melik's the one who spotted these.
Can I roll stealth?
To try to sneak out and steal them? Sure, go ahead.
What's out here?
Yeah.
As you guys pull up, pulling over to the shore, and you look around, and Melik's just gone. You know, you heard Melik talking to Musharif a couple of moments ago? Melik's just not there.
I also use Mask of the Wild.
And as you turn and you sort of paint, everyone's sort of looking around for a second. You turn over to look at the trees, and the fruit's gone. And then everyone sort of looks at the trees a little more, and then the boat rocks a little as Melik is now sitting behind you again. And Melik, you now have 3 dancing monkey fruit.
What a good day! Mayonnaise jar and monkey fruit. All right.
As you guys get back in the boat and start taking off, Devonay, hopefully it's working a little better for you now. Do me a favor, in roll 20, roll a d18 for me. And then while you guys are heading down there, Lennon, I need you to roll a d6 for me now as well. Okay. Okay, gotta find that one in here. Okay. And much as Melik had run into as you're heading down now, this time on the southern shore, you happen to notice a strange looking group of roots reaching out from under a tree towards the out towards the water, and proceed to question Musharib about it. And as
Can I
Musharib
make
looks
a
over,
survival check?
say who?
Should I make a survival check, or are you going to tell us what they are? Sorry.
Oh yeah, Musharib will let you know what these are. These are specific to Chult. So where you guys aren't native to this deep end, you probably haven't seen a lot of these strange ones before. So as you point over to that side, Lennon, he looks at her. Oh, now that might be worth some money. That's Ariath root. If you eat one of them, it seems to boost your vitality temporarily. So basically, from a mechanical standpoint, any creature that eats one of these roots gains 2d4 temporary hit points. And as you pull over to the side, Mushri lets you get out so you can run over and take a look at it. Oh, we lost Keplin. Let me just Kelplin, Jesus. Yeah, so Lyndon, you can go ahead and add one Riath root onto your inventory.
Kind of boring boat.
Okay, gonna ask Devaney to traveling any. Oh, we just lost Devaney out of Roll20 as well.
No.
Okay. Oh, we will. So I'm gonna send it over your way at this point until we can get Avina back. Go ahead and roll a D18 for me. Let's see if
Yay. Let's see if I get
see what
something
the third
fun, or else
encounter
I
on this
can-
journey is. See if we can keep the pleasant
Or
ones
plants.
going.
Oh, she's back? Here's her back.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a D18. Avina keeps coupling keeps popping in and out, so
Oh, D18.
yeah, just slash roll 1 D18. Okay, Kaplan, you back with us? I think you can hear me because I saw a mouth moving. I just couldn't hear you. Okay. So 1, 2.
Devin, more fruit.
Really? What? Okay. Kaplan, if you can hear me,
Kaplan should roll.
roll a D18. 1-8.
I do as
Okay.
well, boss.
Solana,
Is this working?
yeah, I can hear you. It's a little robotic, but we've got you a little bit. Solana, go ahead and roll a D6 for me. Y'all are killing me with these bloody plants. Okay. Well, at least we're getting a different one every time.
We're gonna have the most bomb sangria. It's gonna be amazing.
Y'all are going to be drugged up something fierce.
We have that great alchemy jug now. So we actually can make sangria.
Solana, as you're watching the other two pointing out these different plants, immediately you start looking around and you see a rather large group of mushrooms sprouted on the side of a tree. As
Okay.
you're point them out to call over to Musharib as your guide to ask what it is, he goes, Zabu. These things are handy weapons at points. You got to be careful with them, though. You throw these things, or you drop them, and poof, clouds of them little spores pop up and very poisonous.
That is not as fun, but I will take them very gingerly.
Okay. So as you go over to take care of them, and you end up as you go over, you manage to harvest 4 of them after he pulls off, you jump off the boat. You get 4 of them off of this rotted tree trunk that had fallen over. Jump back in the boat and move along the way. Let's see what our final roll for the day is.
Not fruit.
Not fruit.
Aww.
But it may be something more entertaining for one of you. Okay. What is everyone's passive perception?
I have a 13 here.
Okay. Solano, what about you?
Oh, 16, sorry.
Okay. It's a 15. Linen, what are you at?
12.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even notice you had put it in there already. And then I know Kathleen's having some trouble, so I'll pull up hers. Okay, yeah, so that's good to know. Then we're going to do, there's... Really? Well, because I forgot a space. There we go, 3. Alrighty then. So let's see what's going to go on here.
That's never good.
I'm going to pull it up and see... I got to make a quick roll and see what happens here. Gonna make it open and come on. This is gonna be mighty entertaining. Okay. Sleight of hand is Dex, right?
Yes.
Okay. Dexterity check. Okay, so as you guys are traveling along, it's getting to be early evening. Musharib and the Lizard Wizard are sort of shouting back and forth at each other, trying to figure out best place to pull over and make camp for the night. Melik, all of a sudden, you feel your pouch moving. Get the feeling, something's routing around in your stuff.
No. Okay.
What do you do?
I'm gonna look at my pouch. I don't know. Smack it. What the heck?
As you turn and sort of open your pouch and look, you're greeted with a familiar appearance.
Oh no!
A small little black and white creature.
Quinn is very, very excited about this and wants one really bad.
No one else has noticed this yet. Is inside Melik's pouch.
Okay.
That its stealth is higher than anyone's passive perception. The only reason Melik even noticed is because it went to take something and epically failed. And for those viewers at home, I am going to try. Why is this not dropping the image?
Oops, I did something.
Oh yeah, no, I'm having a system's having a moment. I didn't think to bring my handout over, so give me a moment. Let me
They're like little no faces from.
Yeah, they're well, we've seen them, but I don't know how many if our viewers have because of all the problems we were having with the broadcast.
Oh yeah.
Trying to grab it and pull it over for them real quick. Wait, I can do a search. There we go. Drag. Okay. Close. Close. Oh, no. You do not show that. There we go. Okay. So, these little black and white little tiny elemental critters have already messed with our party once. And as Melik has opened his pouch and looked in, gets this small, tiny little white face all of a sudden look up and
Yeah, y'all get a good look at this little dude, because I'm gonna grab him by the scruff of his neck and throw him out of the boat.
No!
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and make a strength check. This thing is gonna try to basically dodge out of there and take off like a bat out of hell.
I smack Melik in the face before he can do that.
You haven't seen it.
Oh.
All you see at the moment is Melik freaking out and looking in his pouch.
Smack.
And this
Melik-
thing has to be 6 inches tall. There's no way a 16 doesn't grab that little dude.
No, it's literally it's a tiny elemental. He's trying to dodge with an acrobatics roll, but he's got a +7 acrobatics.
Ooh.
So let's see whether or not he's gonna. Yeah, you go
Ooh.
fist diving into here, and at this point, hold on, let me jump back out because I gotta see who's in what boat. Only the people in your boat would notice this.
Oh, I'm not in your boat. I can't hit you.
So.
Oh, I think you
Oh, I can hit you?
So it is, yeah, it is Melik, Solana, and Gizzard. So Solana and Gizzard notice as you both see Melik sort of jump back startled, thrust his arm into the bag. All of a sudden you see a tiny little black and white flip of body fly running right up Melik's arm and then leap off towards the shore.
Can I make a deck seed to try to grab it?
Well, you can make a roll initiative.
Ah.
If you roll 15 or up, we'll give you the shot at. Again, you can roll a strength check to try to grapple it. Oh yeah, so you've got the time to try to. So let's see how you make out. Okay, go ahead and roll your strength check. And once more, this tiny little elemental is going to try to. Yeah, doesn't happen. He's got a +7.
Oh my god, no.
So as you see this running up Melik's shoulder, you reach out and swipe down trying to grab it as well.
I say, I got
And-
Chinese!
As you watch as it just jumps over, just sort of like a little barrel roll to the side and just disappears off onto the shore. As the two of you are now looking at each other as this strange little creature that is the first time one of you are seeing this, unbeknownst to each other.
I'm gonna turn back at it and yell like, "Don't try that again! I'll come at you!"
I'm back! I've got Chinese!
Oh, as this is going on,
Melik online.
Musharif's over in the other boat, sort of a little confused, but has no clue what the hell just happened.
Fucking steal from me. Nobody steals from me but me.
As that's not what I want to move. I have the wrong thing being dragged all over the place. Either way. Okay. Oh, fine. Get rid of you. Okay. So you guys have managed to make your way over. And where do you guys want to make camp? North or south bank?
Hey, Solana,
Heads.
you have a coin?
Okay, so Solana says heads. What do you want heads to be? Odds or evens?
2.
Okay, so heads are 2, tails is 1. Heads. So Solana wins. Where are you making camp?
No, I don't want to win. I defer. How I get to defer to someone else.
Okay. Melik says north, so
Melik.
you guys pull up to the northern bank. You hop off. Solana helps forage to get you guys some food. You guys go through getting your camp set up. How do you guys want to handle your watch for the evening?
I'll handle the first 2.
The first 2?
Yeah, because I trance.
Okay. So we got you taking first and second. Who's got third and fourth?
One will take fourth.
Okay, Quinn will get fourth. And then we'll stick
I
Gizzard
will
with
take
third.
third.
Oh, okay. We'll get Melik third. So I need one perception check from Melik and Quen, and 2 from Solana. And yes, Digitio, strange plants, immediately grab them. Holy wow, Solana. Nothing is sneaky. Oh my word.
You can always see through time.
Okay,
I
so we
have
have
to be in the mushrooms.
21, 23, 26, and 8. Okay. So as you guys get situated for the evening, those of you who have found items, going through your spoils of war, is Gizzard sits down with everybody, pulls out his shiny new jug out of his pack, looks at it, and goes, "Water." And then is right before his eyes, anyone who's near him, the jug immediately fills up with fresh water.
Pretty sweet.
He has some proceeds to offer water to the group.
Melik will take some and say, "Listen, Gizzard, I admire your practicality, and I did say that you got first dibs, but next time let's be a little more creative. Water's great. Kids that give us water anyways. Let's try for something a little more fun next time."
Dancing monkey fruit. Put it in a little wine.
We'll party once we make it to Camp Vengeance.
You guys continue getting camp set up. Musharif starts breaking out, getting a fire together. You guys managed to set up your watches for the evening. As Solana, you're watching for the, you're taking first watch as everyone else is laying down, prepping it for the evening. Is there anything anyone wants to take care of before they go to bed for the night?
Nope.
Okay. Let's see, Kaplan, what about you? Lennon, anything?
Lennon kind of wants. Well, Lennon saw the interaction earlier with the Chewinga, right?
No.
Did they
It
talk
was-
about it?
Doesn't seem like they have. They haven't mentioned it as of yet.
Well,
The second
Gwen
time
would
one of the
like
little
to-
critters has showed up.
Quen never forgot the little critter that he saw way back when, and wants to cast Find Familiar to see if he can entice a Chewinga to be his best friend.
Okay. What'd you say, Solana?
Nothing. Kind of metagaming. I know there's some bunny corn, and I really, really, really want a bunny corn. Understand how much I want a bunny corn.
So as Quinn sets down and starts preparing to cast the Find Familiar spell, Dave and Melik said you guys are... Dave and Melik, wow. Melik and Solana said they're good. Devnay, anything you want to take care of before turning in for the evening? Okay, so Devaney's going to bed. Gizzard's giving out water to everybody.
It's
And then,
extremely fresh. I find
let's-
it extremely refreshing. Thank you very much.
Aslana, you go to start taking first watch. You notice that Quen sort of moves over by himself and starts preparing to cast something, but your eyes are focused more on the sky at the moment as you start hearing in the distance as you see dark gray clouds starting to roll in.
Bummer, guys. It's gonna rain.
As you make your way, continue through your watch. Let me take a quick peek back over here. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Should know this better, but I don't. Just check one thing real quick. Okay. Okay. So, Quen, as you go through and start casting your Find Familiar spell, what does this look like to your traveling companions as you're casting this?
Well, Quen is still in springtime, so he gathered lots of beautiful little nature items, lots of flowers. I remember reading from my stories of the Chewinga that they love to make things bloom. So I'm gonna get like a bunch of little seeds and unopened flower pods in conjunction with open flowers, and just make a lovely little altar while I, try and entice the Chewinga to be my best friend.
Okay, so as you're going through and casting this, and it takes you a little while to prepare all of this and to actually cast your invocation. As you're sitting there and you're feeling the magic take hold within you, you feel your senses reaching out. About halfway through the ritual, you feel your essence in that inner ability reaching out, searching for this creature, trying to call them to you. 45 minutes goes past. 50 minutes. You realize you're coming to the end of the time for this ritual. As the hour comes to a close and you complete it, and you open your eyes, you don't see anything. You're looking around. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. Okay. As you're looking, you don't see anything anywhere. You look down at the little altar and the offerings you had put up, and you notice that they've been disturbed. As you're sort of turning, and all of a sudden you hear something in the back of your mind. Just a very quiet, a thought, almost like a question. And as you turn your head slightly to the right, you see a very small black and white creature, a little frilly sort of curled hair, its head sort of cocked sideways, standing on your shoulder, just staring at you.
Quen Quen is moves very slowly and then just puts his hand pointed upward towards his shoulder, kind of inviting the creature to step onto his hand. And does he do so?
Takes a step onto your hand, sort of sits down elementary kid style, feet on the ground, sort of knees hunched up to the chest.
I think I'll call you Chi-Chi.
Just looks back at you again for a moment, and again, you get that same sort of feeling in the back of your head of acknowledgement.
I like you too.
And as this is all going on, Solana, you're still continuing on your first, mind you, this is all at the very beginning of your first watch. And with your perception check, you notice, actually a little quicker than Quen did, that this little thing has popped up on Quen's shoulder. And as you move a little towards, sort of curious, sort of not sure what happened, you can see Quen knows, and looks like the two of them are having some sort of conversation now over in their own little world.
Just keep doing your thing, man.
It's a lot of the remainder of your watch goes through as Quen is conversing and getting to know his new familiar.
I check
Your
my
second
pocket
one.
to make sure I have all my shinies.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh no, why'd I say that out loud?
Well, you'd find out eventually. Yeah, you've got everything.
Oh, good.
So as you go through your first watch, then you go through your second watch. Again, you keep noticing and looking over every once in a while over in Quen's general direction. As you can see, that slow bonding of Quen and this small creature. Your watch comes to a close. Or your second watch comes to a close, and it's time for you to wake Malik and
Malik.
What?
It's time for you to wake up. Thingy. You tried to punch earlier. Good night.
What'd you just say?
He got a thing that you tried to punch earlier. Good night.
Good night. Okay. But the first thing I'm gonna see is that little dude.
I should say, Quen, would you still be awake at this point in the evening?
That's true.
Yeah, because I can trance, so I don't need to sleep very long.
Oh, okay. So yeah, at this point, Quen's still awake.
Okay, Malik does not think twice. The watch is the last thing on his mind. He is walking over there and is gonna punt kick that little dude.
I draw my rapier and I stop your little punt with the hilt.
Okay. It's up to you two how you want to play this. You can role play this out, or if you're serious about making this an attack, you're gonna make an attack roll.
No, it's not an attack.
I'm gonna let it role play.
I'm parrying your kick.
Okay, you blocked the kick, but why? What is this little thing doing here? These things. He's done?
You're so loud. He's my friend now. Just calm down.
Can't calm down. He broke the boat. He stole the oars. He touched the boat. Then he
You know
tried to
that
steal
there's
from
more
me.
than one of these that exist in the whole world, right? We're miles away
They're
from where
6
that
inches
happened.
tall. They don't get to be individuals. Racist against Chingwas.
I know you would also like to be 6 inches tall, but hey, we can't all get what we want.
What?
So be nice.
Honestly,
I'm 6 inches tall. These things are little disgusting monsters, and I want it out of my camp.
Quen places the little chewinga on top of his head and moves quietly just away, just without saying anything. Just kind of gives Amelik a little snub.
I'm serious. Don't ignore me, Quinn. The levitate you cast earlier was cool, but don't ignore me.
When just is continuing along, not noticing and looking for a nice little patch just to make sure that he won't get rained on yet.
Malik,
I'm
all of a
waiting
sudden
to see
behind
what
you, you
Devaney is
feel,
gonna do.
yeah, you feel somebody walking up behind you.
Okay, Melik jumps out of his skin. What? Devaney, what? Quinn's got one of those little things.
Okay, sorry, Devaney has come up behind Malik.
Well, you're gonna
Devaney is,
sleep now with the little thing in the camp. They tried to steal from me when I was awake. They're definitely gonna.
Devaney is proceeding to try to drive Malik to go to bed, or basically demanding Malik go to bed.
You're trying to intimidate.
Okay, go ahead and
Yes,
make your
please
roll.
do.
Okay, Digitia, we have a intimidation coming.
Oh.
Okay,
Heck
Okay.
go ahead and Malik, try to make your wisdom save.
Full fail.
Looks like you're intimidated.
Okay, definitely. Okay. Okay. He's gonna step back a little bit. He's gonna step back a couple of bits. It's okay. Any of my stuff is gone tomorrow? Malik will go back to bed, but he's gonna hold all of his stuff. Like a second pillow.
I agree.
Quen just makes a little smile and just says, "Good night."
This isn't over. You're not the one who intimidated me, Quinn.
And okay, Devaney, if you're switching and taking over the watch, I need you to make a perception check for me. Okay. Strike. Okay. So as you take over the watch and from take over for Malik's watch, go through again, you're noticing much the same as Solana had initially, that there is a heavy thunderstorm that seems to be slowly rolling in from the distance. And as it's getting closer, you can hear the rain starting to fall. You're pretty sure shortly after you guys leave and wake up in the morning and start on your way, that you're going to be heading down into it. Rest of your watch completes without a problem, and it becomes time for you to collect and wake up Quen out of his trance for his watch. Hold on, Devaney is typing something in for us.
Kind of opens one eye to his right eye. He's now in summertime feeling, and he wakes with just a fiery just determination, and he says, "Yes, I shall take this watch."
So Quinn gets up, take the watch, and Quinn, you are just focused on Chi-Chi right now. It's this little ball that this little black and white ball of energy that you managed to find and bind to you. You're walking around camp looking around, but you're not really seeing anything that you're noticing.
Quinn's gonna look for a little, just a little sturdy little piece of wood, and maybe pick one up and whittle it away as he's making the rounds, and he's gonna make a little makeshift wooden sword for his little Chi-Chi Chawinga friend.
Okay, so as you go through and manage to find a couple of small little twigs and branches, things that you think will work for what you're trying to do. So as you and your familiar having that mental communication as you're doing this and what you're trying to get taken care of, the rest of your watch passes, and as far as you know, nothing's happened. You notice Musharib waking up as he typically does at the first sign of morning to get up and start getting breakfast together. He wakes up and immediately notices the storm clouds starting to roll in. So it gets the breakfast on the fire and proceeds to start collecting rain catchers from people to get them set up on the canoes. So as you guys are traveling down the river, you'll be able to catch rainwater and start replenishing your supplies again. As it's been a couple of days since it last. You guys had a real heavy rainstorm, which would be again not as much of a worry now that you have an alchemy jug, but that's still only enough water for one person per day.
Can I roll sleight of hand real quick?
Sure, what you trying to do?
I want to slip one of my dancing monkey fruits into Musharib's bowl.
Okay.
Like, he had a bad night last night. He needs to cheer up.
Oh my word.
It's a dancing little man.
Okay, so this is against his passive, so there's no shot in hell he saw you do this. So as you guys are all sitting there and start eating breakfast that Musharib cooked using the things that Solana's managed to help him gather, and you watch as this albino dwarf is, same sort of lifeless, just, Oliver Twist eating his gruel, sort of emotionless eating. All of a sudden you see the bob and twitch after a few minutes. After a couple of moments, he breaks out in the worst Scottish impression of an Irish river dance. Well, I shouldn't say the worst. Let's find out. He's going to make a performance check. +0 to it.
I think that's the worst.
It is just about the worst dance you've ever seen. This is your blackout drunk Irish uncle at a wedding.
And Musharib did pull his fiddle out to play a little jig with it.
As this, go ahead and make a performance check. Let's see if you improve the. Oh,
I did.
So as Melik has slipped this into Musharib's meal, and then scarfed down his own and takes out the fiddle and starts playing. as it starts to take effect in Musharib and see him, start getting down in the worst sort of dance moves anyone has ever seen, you just keep going along with the fiddle with it.
I mean, I get it. Like, the song is really fun and good. You can't help but dance to it.
Now, let's see, and how long this is, where is it, oh yeah, so he's going full on. It is a minute straight. This isn't no, 3-second dance. This is a full on minute that you're looking, and King Gizzard is a little confused as you're playing, and he sort of leans over to Solana. Why does the white one dance?
He doesn't have a choice.
The power of music, Gizzard!
I do not feel this power.
No, she slipped him something.
Malik, would you have told Solana that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you have no idea. Malik started playing, and all of a sudden, Musharib is just embarrassing himself.
It must be his home folk music.
What can I say? What can I say?
After the minute ends, and all of a sudden you notice his body sort of comes under his own control again. That's it. Actually, okay, no, that's just if it's an attack. Okay. So as the dance ends, and he sort of stops and looks around for a minute, and looks over, and his eyes catch yours, Malik, as he knows what the plant is, and just sort of gives you a sort of half, almost like yeah, then sort of laughs and is just like, it's like, I want to slap you right now, but it's...
Oh, I feel better. Okay.
As you guys finish up your breakfast, you've got everything packed up into the canoes. The rain catchers are already set up on it. You guys haul you back in. Are you loading back up into the same boats like you did before?
Yep. Oh, I wanted to druid craft a little bloom for Quen's Chi-Chi to wear as a hat.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
So is
offering, since we're both nature creatures. No, he's a fae, but he likes nature. I don't know. It made sense in my head.
So Quen walks over to you, and Chi-Chi is still on Quen's head, just kind of sitting there, chilling, just sitting there, and Quen bows his head, putting a Chi-Chi level to Solana, inviting you to place the little hat on Chi-Chi's head. Quen and then gets up from his bow and then does a little spin and a flourish, and then draws his sword and does a little spinny trick with it. Ha!
Aha!
Overkill.
So you guys make your way back into the canoes, heading back south again. Who's taking point? Who are you guys assigning to be your navigator today?
Gizzard, if you're good to go again, I'm very happy with your performance so far.
Actually, we are getting near to 11. Did we use King Gizzard's Nat 20 yet? I don't think we have we?
No.
Okay, so we will have him burn his Nat 20 this evening for his navigation check for this leg of the trip. So, as you guys are making your way off again, I'm apparently sticking you way out in the middle of nowhere. Okay. There we go. Okay, so you guys continue along your path. I need... Actually, I'm going to see if I need anyone to roll. Just give me a second here.
More fruit, more fruit.
Let's see here. Okay.
Fruit, I got 2 mushrooms.
Oh. Okay. Let's see who's gonna roll this time. We're gonna roll. Okay. I need one roll a D18 for me, and Max roll a D18 for me.
You want to roll an 18 too?
Yeah, so Quinn and Malik, just the two of you. Okay. Okay. Next one is. Malik, just you at this point. Well, I should say you as well, Malik. Quinn rolled one. I need you too. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Ooh, okay. So there we go. Okay. So as you guys are traveling along your path, the first couple of hours goes by. You don't really notice anything anything big going on. The rain's coming down. It's made visibility difficult for you guys. As you're traveling along the path, though, Quinn, something catches your eye on the side of the on the south side of the bank, and you see. Do me a favor. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me, Quinn. Okay. As you see, there's a couple of what looks to be old, rotted out wooden logs on the side of the shore with what appears to be a fire pit over the top of it. As you're looking at as you're looking at it a little bit, you notice that there appears to be some sort of decent-sized chunk of meat spitted out over this cooking fire. Looks like the cooking pit's burnt out already. The meat looks like it's probably a little overcooked, but doesn't look like it's been disturbed.
Well, Quan is a vegetarian, so he's not really gonna touch that meat.
Okay, not mentioning it to anyone else, just
I'm just saying, someone left their lunch. Malik, is this you?
I see your attempted burn. It doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna let that one slide. Quinn?
No burn, honest question. Is this your lunch?
Oh. No, Quinn. It's not my lunch. Hey, Gizzard!
What?
You want some meat?
Oh, meat.
Here, Gizzard, I have a present for you, courtesy of Malik.
So is this being brought to Gizzard's attention? He starts driving his boat on over to there to go collect said meat. As you guys jump off the boat, well, those of you who are choosing to jump off the boat do, Gizzard walks over, and I want everyone who, well, I'll say everyone, go ahead and make a perception check for me. Okay, so Lennon doesn't notice anything.
Rip me.
Okay,
It's a team.
let's see. We'll have Sharib.
That's bad when he's making Sharib.
I'll just see what all is noticed by the group out of this little spot here. Okay. So let's see. So as Gizzard walks over, and I didn't have Gizzard roll because Gizzard really wouldn't care. Gizzard just runs over, starts gnawing on the meat. Melik, you're the only one who notices this after Musharib has gone in. Gizzard has gone in and taken 3 or 4 bites out of it. And all of a sudden you start realizing, wait a minute. That's a person. You're looking at the size of it, and yeah, you're pretty sure that's either a gnome or a halfling.
A whole gnome or halfling?
Spit it out and slow roast it over an open fire.
Huh. Well,
looking
Gizzard,
around,
I guess this is your moment to see what it's like.
None of us noticed this, but Melik?
No, Melik's really the only one. Even Melik's like borderline.
How did we not notice?
I'm not totally convinced of it, and even though it's a hunch, no reason to get messed up in any of that mess anyways, so I'm just gonna let Gizzard have his snack and keep on going.
As
The
you start
halflings
looking
or
around the
gnomes?
camp, as he's just mowing down on this, he seems to really be enjoying himself. And as you're looking around the camp, you're noticing that there are weapons and tools around.
Let's leave because this looks like a cannibal tribe.
And you see 2 masks leaned up against these what's the word I'm looking for? These hollowed out logs that are sitting there. As you look at the masks, they're almost identical to the ones you had recently tumbled with outside of Man and Crocodile Kit.
Hey Gizzard, finish your snack up, we gotta go! Now!
As Gizzard continues just mowing down, he's got probably about half of this gnome gone at this point.
Oh.
Gizzard, bring the rest of it with you! You can eat in the boat!
No, let's go.
Come on, Gizzard, my boots are filling up with water.
As you guys start making your way back to the boat, you start hearing little flaps. Almost sounds like a bird or something.
A bunny corn. No.
Not remotely.
Roll a nature check. 1. Yes, it's a bunny corn.
No!
With wow, you were ready for that.
Ah.
As you're sitting there and you're looking around, you hear the slight flapping of these wings, but as you're looking, you can't see anything. But your mind just goes back to, well, I saw flying monkeys recently and they were messing with us. It's probably a better idea to take off.
Hey guys, remember those flying monkeys? Like them, let's leave. And I like clutch my shinies and I...
Okay, well we need Gizzard!
At this point, Gizzard's like, yes, bring it with.
Okay.
And just picks up the spit with about a little less than half a gnome on it. Back in the boat. Oh, I'm gonna hear about this one from JJ.
Did Quen notice the monkey, the flying monkey? Is that what it was?
It's Solana just heard a couple of flaps.
Okay.
So there's nothing visible. Solana just heard something. And luckily she didn't think it was a bunnycorn.
Oh, okay.
I was sort of hoping she thought it would be.
I want a bunny corn. Wouldn't think it was. It would be one.
So as you guys get back into the boat, as Devaney is yelling at you guys to come on, let's move it, let's go.
Yep, in the boat.
Okay, you guys make your way through. Continue on along through the day. You guys don't notice much else going on in the area. You've got a couple of you notice a couple of things looking like something sort of swimming underneath the surface of the water, but nothing really jumps out as anything to be worried about. Mushri doesn't really say there's anything to be concerned with. So as you guys go through, finish your journey, it starts to get to come into evening time again. And which way are you guys making camp this evening? Are you going north or south embankment?
Tails.
Okay, so what do you want Tails to be? Like, is Tails north or south?
One.
Okay, so Tails is one, but which direction is one if we're flipping the coin?
Left.
Left. South.
South. Left is south.
South.
That works. So 2 heads north. So you guys park on the north bank again.
Solana doesn't understand coin flips.
It seems there's a lot Solana may not understand.
Like what
So
sound a bunnycorn makes.
He has paws to flap on the dirt with.
As you guys start getting camp put together, Moosh Reeves getting a fire going to make make a meal. You guys are all running through everything. Anything you guys want to get done before dinner and watches?
I'm gonna look for sticks for me, Quen, and Gizzard.
Okay, so go ahead and make a survival check for me. Melik, Devaney, Lyndon, anything you guys are doing?
I am checking all the ties on all of my like pouches and baggies and things and making sure they're securely put together for starting, let's say, 4th watch. I'll take the last one.
Okay, let me over. So we got Melik taking the 4th watch. We'll give Gizzard 3rd watch. Who wants 1st and 2nd?
Take first.
Okay. And no, okay. Quincy's jumping out. Devaney, how you feel about 2nd one? And giving Devaney a chance. Quen, anything you'd be taking care of?
Quen has nothing to take care of at this time.
Okay. So then for Solana, Devaney, and Melik, I need a perception check from each one of you.
So I get my sticks for everyone, and I give them to Gizzard to make into darts and
Yes, you can. With that roll,
arrows.
you easily find what you're looking for.
Okay, good.
And then we'll have him roll his check here. And Melik Digitio, reviewer Digitio thinks if you get yourself a familiar, you'd probably feel better. He hears they're very therapeutic.
Emotional support familiar.
I love Chi-Chi so much.
So I get my bunny corn I will be ecstatic.
Okay, so we have. Holy, now Devonay's the one seeing through time and space. Lon is a 20. Gizzard is a 12. And Malik is a 6. Okay. So, as you guys prepare to set up watch for the evening, again, with Solana's help foraging through the journeys, Malik is Mushariv is able to make a decent meal for you guys. You get situated, have your food. Everyone sets up their tents, gets in, curls up for the evening. As Solana, you once more take first watch and start walking around. You once more hear that flapping sound again, just like before, but this time instead of just one or two, you hear it's much faster. It sounds closer as you're looking around to see what's going on. As everyone is situated in various points around their camp, everyone on their own inside a different tent, broken apart, with the exception of you, who's out doing your own thing. I am going to jump us over somewhere real quick, and to my loving executive producer, you can go up to the page change and go to the third tab for me, as we're bringing our players over to at the moment.
Third tab.
Yep. First word random. Okay, gotta work out a better way to make that happen without having to dispel the fourth wall. But as you guys are all in your various tents, Solana, do me a favor Solana for you and Quen for you. Oh, I can just tell you to go where the player flag is. That'll work. Go ahead and pop your health back up to full because you guys have had your rest. But for me, I don't have tents set up for everybody. The only one who is not currently in a tent is Solana. And Solana, as you're starting to look around and you hear the flapping noise,
Huh?
all of a sudden, flapping down at you from within the trees.
Oh dear God.
8 small flying creatures with long beak-like noses come swarming down at you.
Hey, I'm going to nature check these guys. Can I do that?
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Nope, no idea what they are.
Nope.
Okay.
All you know is they're coming straight at you.
Okay, I'm going to go ah! and run towards the middle of camp.
Okay. So go ahead and roll initiative for me for you. For everyone else, do me a favor. As she is running and screaming, make a perception check with disadvantage.
Well, Quen isn't asleep. He's tranced right now.
Okay, so Quen, go ahead and make it just straight roll then.
I'm so initiated.
Okay. Do me a favor, Solana. Go ahead and click on your token and roll your initiative again. And then we'll get it fixed up here. Oh, that's right. Devonay is... Bloody elves, man. Okay, a straight roll for you as well then. Got to do it for... Musharib, and Gizzard.
How do I roll it again?
So once you've clicked on your token, just click on initiative on your sheet again.
Oh, okay. It was 24.
Yep. Oh no, we'll get it fixed. We just gotta actually get everybody on the list first. So do me a favor, everyone else who rolled initiative, click on your token and roll it again.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't click on your token, it doesn't put you in the initiative order. All right, Musharib. And then we'll go back through and we'll get all the orders fixed up.
Was an 8 good enough to wake up?
An 8, no.
Okay.
Who rolled an 8?
On that perception, so my evanescence still stands. Can't wake up.
Okay, let's see. And then we have I really gotta. Oh, really? That I forgot they've added the button to the side now. I have to switch his though because no, 19 or a 20, so it really doesn't matter. Okay. So, okay, yeah. So, basically, Melik, go ahead and if you haven't rolled your initiative, go ahead and roll initiative. It just means the first round you won't act. But at the same point, you're in a tent. They don't know you're there yet either.
Okay.
So basically, you just don't exist for one round.
It's all good.
For the others,
Oh, do I
we
roll
have,
initiative for Chi-Chi too, or do you do that?
No, you can roll it for Chi-Chi. You should have a sheet for Chi-Chi as well. So what was your initial roll? You had a 24. Gizzard was a 10.
I don't think I have access to Chi-Chi's sheet.
You don't see one up there? Let me go through. Thought I put it on there for it. Oh, no. Apparently I didn't. Okay, there you go. Now you should. Okay. Get Musharib on there. Now, whose do we need to fix? Linen was a 10 initially. That was fine. Debonair was a 12. Wow, Chi-Chi's up there with flipping Solana.
My prejudices aside, Chi-Chi's a kick flipper. He's a quick little dude.
Yeah. That little critter is a demon and a half. Hard to get your hands on him. Okay. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Ooh.
6, 7, and 8. Okay.
There's so many.
So you got a couple of them descending. And actually, we're going to flip this because this is all kicked off when Solana is running into the middle of the camp screaming. So Solana, you have just run into the middle of the camp screaming your head off. What are you doing?
Ah! Everyone, there are these little things flying at me. Wake up! Help me! Ah! And, apparently Melik doesn't notice, but, I freak out and I take out my light crossbow. Or, yeah, no, wait. Ooh, I can cast web now. What does web do? Are there any trees?
Yeah, you're in a jungle area. There are definitely trees around.
Cast web, like, from... Let me see how far it can go.
Remember, I think web is like a 20-foot square.
Yes, cute. So I want to cast it, like, as a protection kind of thing. So I want to cast it around, like... Well, I can't click on the...
So ping where you're looking at. Like what you're thinking.
Oh, like, around here. There we go.
Okay, so it's a 20-foot square, so that's a 4x4 square. So if we go,
Let me see, how many of them are...
no. Do not want a circle.
Actually.
Okay, well, it's a 20-foot block, so you as a control, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 by 4. So you're looking at that size of a square.
Oh, okay,
So, yeah, it's a 20-foot cube. It's
Oh, I thought it was... I was looking at 10 by... Okay. Can I move it to the left one?
okay.
Or
So
it doesn't
basically,
matter,
you
that's-
fire off and
That's fine.
fill this area with web, hanging from the side of the 2 tents between Melik and Gizzard, and up to the trees over. So basically, we'll have this say that these couple of sturges up here are going to try to make a save. What's your DC?
14, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I think what is it's a dex save to avoid it. Let's see.
Dex, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a dex save to avoid it. If they get caught, then it's a strength check to get out. So let's see. We got 2 that are impacted. 1, 2, and they both make the save.
Ugh. Okay.
Okay. So that will bring us over to Chi-Chi.
Oh, but they have to make another dex save if they move while they're in it, so...
It's Chi-Chi's turn. I communicate telepathically for Chi-Chi to hide for just a moment.
Okay. So, and you just want Chi-Chi to hide in the tent with you?
No, so Chi-Chi has an ability as a Chewinga where he can use a natural something or other. What's it called? Hold on. Natural shelter, where he magically takes shelter inside a rock, a living plant, or other natural source. And he can't be targeted by any spell, attack, or effect while inside the shelter. And he has blind sight also, so he can see what's going around him.
Okay, so yeah, that's easy enough. Chi-Chi drops down and hides inside, and easily finds a rock or something on the ground to dive inside of. Let me jump up because I can't remember. Got his did on. I only did a check for Gizzard to see whether or not he woke up.
Be right
Give me a second. I got to see if Musharib's even awake. Okay, perception. Hey, nope, Musharib is asleep. That brings us to Melik, who's also asleep. Devonay, you're up. You have just heard Solana come running into the middle of the into the middle of the camp screaming bloody murder. What do you do? Okay. Gizzard, at the moment, you're not sure. You're in your tent. Gizzard is in his. You haven't heard Gizzard as of yet, though. Devaney is just asked if Gizzard was awake. We are not sure yet.
Does anyone else know that the web can be caught on fire? But then the
At this
tent
point,
would
no.
go-
Everyone else is still in their tents.
The tent would also go up in flames if I lit the web.
Okay, so Devaney takes 5 feet. Takes 5 feet of movement, walks out of the tent, and basically what you see is Solana still half screaming her head off in the middle of camp, trying to rouse everybody. A huge blanketed area of web right in front of you. And as you're looking around into the trees around the outskirts of your camp, you see these small, little winged, long-nosed creatures sort of darting in between and behind trees. Yeah, Digitude. Devaney's half-elf, so they don't actually sleep. They have trance. So the couple of elves in the party made their perception check with just straight rolls, and they all rolled high enough to hear her scream. Oh, sorry, high elf. Forgive me, your lordship. Just got smacked down by an elf. I know who the
I'm
Sturges are attacking.
Good elf. High elf for Eladrin. I'm just a...
Yeah, so what you doing, Devaney? You attacking? You sitting? So far, you used 5 feet of movement.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it is nighttime right now.
Jeez.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
You take another 10 feet of movement. You walk into the tent you saw Gizzard go into, and you find a snoring lizard. Okay, for those at home, Devaney's going lizard hunting. Okay, so Devaney takes her action and uses your action. You smack Gizzard around a little bit. Manage to wake him up. You sort of get a very groggy lizard at you. Why do you wake me? Okay, so there's you've still got movement left, and you've got a bonus action. Anything else you're doing?
We have things to fight, she says.
Why did none of my Sturges go onto the list except for one of them?
Because it's funny.
Oh, okay, so we are actually going to fix this after that. Okay, I'll leave the tent, but stand right outside. Okay, so Devaney is right outside Gizzard's tent right now. So forgive me, we have a couple of guys we have to rerun through. For some reason, only one of them showed up on the bloody list.
Reroll them, because some of them got... Oh, yeah.
Nat 20s.
Yeah, some of them should have gone a couple of moments ago. So we are going to actually have them take care of this right now real quick. And unfortunately, this is not good for Solana because at the point a couple of these went, she was the only one out here.
Oh.
So let's see here. And these are... And they can go 40 feet. So this guy is flying right up in your face. We have... Okay. What was Web again? So they have to make a check at their start of their turn if they're in it still?
Yeah.
Each creature that starts its turn or ends it must make a dex save. Okay. So let's see. Dex save for that guy. Come on. Okay. He is stuck. So he is going to use his action to try to break out of it. And fell epically.
-2.
I didn't think that was.
Oh yeah, these things are tiny.
Oh, good.
Okay, then we have so those are the 2 nat 20s. Then we have a 16, which is right here, which is gonna fly over here. This guy is gonna fly over to the other side of you.
Did it go to the
And no, these guys are all coming from one side. Now I got another guy who's still stuck in the web. See if that one makes it save. So it is going to use its full movement to come over here to you. Okay. And that is the last of them that should have gone before Devon A.
Okay.
So every one of these is going to make a melee attack against you.
Okay.
2 of them are going to have advantage, so I'll roll those 2 first.
Okay.
So that is a 20.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. So, and the second one is a 10.
That does not hit.
Okay. Now I'll check the 2 that are behind. Third one is a 21.
Hits.
And then the fourth one is a 22.
That hits.
Okay. So in total, let's see, that's 6 from the first.
No, I'm down to 22 hit points.
Yeah, so it was 6, 4, and 4. And out of the 3 that managed to attack you, as they come swooping in, and those long needle-like noses on the face, as they jab the needle into you, one hitting your shoulder, the other 2, one in your back, one in your lower back, they drive their beak into you.
Yeah.
And attach to you and cling on.
No.
Get them off! Get them off! Get them off! Get them off now! Get them off now!
Okay, so that ends all of them.
From a level 10 to a level 12 in escalation of freakout mode.
And that brings us to our next group, which is the ones at initiative 10, which is starting with Quen.
Quen, kill it.
Okay. So Solana has little thingies stuck to her, right?
Yeah, well, right now you're still in your tent. Once you walk outside, then you would see Solana has a group of 3 of these small winged creatures that have now plastered, and basically as you walk out, you're sort of looking at her back off to the side, and you can see one on her upper right shoulder and one on her lower part of her left side of her back.
Okay.
And these things are needled beaks driven into the back, and the wings sort of clamped on, almost looking like when you see a bat grabbing onto like a tree or a wall, that sort of feel behind it.
And are they the size of a bat?
They're rather small.
They're rather small.
Yeah, they're probably only a little bit bigger than Chi-Chi would be.
Okay. Well, Quen sees this and is immediately just disgusted and angry that, these little things would have the audacity to attack Solana. And he just he leaps out. He doesn't spend a moment second thinking anything because he's still very much in summertime, so he's very bold right now. And he's gonna jump up and he's gonna unsheath his rapier, and he's gonna mutter a slight little incantation to himself, and he's gonna glow silver, and he's activated his spell song ability. And with that, he's going to take the fine tip of his rapier and then poke at one of the birds and say another incantation as he casts Green Flame Blade.
Okay. Let's see here. Go ahead and make your attack. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, so go ahead and make your attack roll. Let's see if we hit. Quan, did you roll your attack with your sword?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out right now, like which one to do it, because it's not in, because it's a different type of ability, so it's not in the spell listing on Roll20.
Well, right, but you have to roll a melee attack with your sword first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that will definitely hit. So go ahead and roll your damage by clicking on Rapier. Okay. So that will definitely take off one of them. And you said you're attacking one of the ones that was on?
Yeah, one of them that was on Solana.
Okay.
So then upon when it hits the creature, a green flame bursts forth and launches at another bird that's within 5 feet of attack.
Okay.
1d8.
And then, and what's your spell modifier? So for what's your intelligent mod? Is it plus what?
It's 5.
Okay. Yeah. So as you jump forward, you drive the rapier into one on her back, and the flame leaps over. I'm assuming you want to knock a second one off her with?
Yes.
Okay, so you knock the two off her back, so now Solana's just got the one stuck to her front on at this point.
Thank
Just the
you, Gwen.
one.
Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Gwen. Oh my god.
Well, that's it for me. That's all I got right now.
Okay. So with that, we now come to King
Oh,
Gizzard.
Here.
Okay. So Gizzard has just been woken up by Devonay. Is going to take a step out into the world and has no clue what's going on other than
Of
noise,
course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't.
as he still doesn't have a
Dark
torch.
vision. Next time I'm taking dark.
So let's see what he has. Let's see. Come on, where are you, Gizzard?
Why don't you leave a fire burning?
Gizzard gotta learn to take some torches.
He needs flint. He has torches.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. He needs a way to light them. So.
Got a magical jar of mayonnaise.
Okay, so let's see. He's got key points, he's got blow darts. Last time he couldn't see, he was just randomly shooting blowgun at people.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep it legit with what he was doing before and just have him start firing off blowgun attacks at disadvantages he can't see, unfortunately.
In which direction?
Let's see. The noise is all coming from where you are at the moment.
Okay.
That's where Quen was fighting. That's where all the things that have currently got into area. That's where all the action is. That's all he can hear at the moment. So he's gonna fire
Oh my
off.
God.
And with disadvantage, that is actually going to hit. That's enough. So as he's fired off, Solana, you are no longer grappled by these strange creatures, as Quen has taken 2 off of your back, and for some reason, the blind lizard just managed to hit the other one.
Thank you guys. Oh my God. Those were
Wow.
I do not know how in the heck that happened,
terrible. Yeah, neither do I.
but let's
was
see.
pretty
We
impressive.
have. Yeah. So we have this guy who is. We got 10s. Where are we? Okay. So this one is going to come swooping around to find himself some gizzard. Okay, 20 moved. 15 moved. Oh, that's right. He's stuck. That's why I'm missing one. Okay, so this guy is the only 10. The others don't move until the last round, so he's going to make an attack on Gizzard. And that is not going to hit Gizzard.
Heck no.
So he comes in and tries to drive that needle into the side of Gizzard, and Gizzard just knocks it to the side. That will bring us over to our 7s. And we have one that is going to come over to bother Quen. Another one coming over to fly this way is going to see Devaney. This one is going to stupidly try to catch him, and as it gets here, hopefully not get stuck. Oh, it is stuck.
Yay!
So, but the other one is going to first one on Quen. That is a 7. I'm assuming that doesn't hit.
No, that doesn't hit.
Okay, second on Devaney. That is a 15. And then, let's see. It's okay. A 15 won't hit. Wow, nobody is hitting. And then, I cannot remember restrained. Can't remember if when you're restrained, if you can attack. Let's check. Come on, conditions. Stunned, restrained. Okay, so it rolls with disadvantage. So it's still going to take an attack at Gizzard while it has advantage, and the attack's disadvantage, so it's straight roll. Straight roll on Gizzard. That's a 19. That is going to hit.
That's
So
terrible.
now Gizzard now has one of these small critters
No.
impale its needle-like beak into his side. And that will bring us back over to Solana, who 6 seconds ago just had these critters all wrapped up all over you. And
I am angry.
they've now all been taken off.
Happy that they're not on me. Going to pull my crossbow and try to hit. Or should I do a ranged? I'll hit the one in the net.
Okay, so go ahead and roll. Where he is restrained, have advantage.
Over here. Ooh.
And it's
no, I fail.
No, it has advantage. He's restrained.
Oh.
So go ahead and roll your damage. Okay, as you fire off on this thing that's currently caught like a fly in a spider web, and one shot arrow goes right through the shoulder, just crumples and I'd say falls, but it's stuck in the web, so it just sort of hangs there.
Good.
Okay. Anything else? You moving, staying where you are?
No, I'm gonna see where I am.
Okay, so that'll bring us over to Chi-Chi, who is currently hiding in a rock right behind where Gwen is standing.
So Chi-Chi is gonna, I think I want him still to hide.
Okay. Chi-Chi just stays right where they are and doesn't move. At this point, Musharib is now joining the land of the living. Takes a step out and sees these weird little creatures, and one of them bothering Devonay. So he's gonna pop out and take a swing with his hand axe here. That'll definitely hit. And weakest attack ever, but it's still enough.
Really? Wow.
Knock it down. That brings us over to Melik, who can hear one heck of a racket outside at this point.
So this is the second time in a week that Melik has woken up to fighting. He's gonna stay in the tent, but peek out just enough to cast Fairy Fire on basically all of them except for this dude, the second one I pinged.
Oh, okay.
It's a 20-foot cube, so it should be able to hit these three of them. Stand a chance.
Let's see
Let's
here. Fairy Fire. Okay.
It
So-
gives advantage on attack rolls, I think.
Yeah, you can. They're
said-
illuminated and advantage on attack rolls.
It's a 20-foot cube?
20-foot cube.
Okay, so 4 across and then 4 down.
Mhm.
Okay, so it is all creatures in that range. So I need you, Solana, Devonay, and Gizzard to also make that same saving throw.
I believe it's wisdom.
Just a straight,
Nope, dex save.
just a straight dex.
Okay, so let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got 3 to roll. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we've got first one makes his save. Second one fails. Third one is in web, so that doesn't do much good. But your DC's a 14, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So first and third made. So we will. Oop! I did not want to draw on him, but whatever. Okay, I just put a lovely little pink dot on him, and then Solana and Devonay both fail their saves.
They are also pink.
Yep, and we're gonna see about Gizzard in a second. Okay, come on, Gizzard. Big fail, baby. Big fail. I don't know. Gizzard will make it.
Reverse psychology.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Solana,
Thank you.
which is right there, and to make up for turning her pink.
Well, is Healing Word a cantrip?
It says I can use it as a bonus action.
Well, right, but you can only cast one leveled spell and one cantrip per.
Dang,
Oh, right.
man, you caught me. I thought I could get away with it.
No, that's a Mercer rule, unfortunately.
Alrighty. The not pink Melik will slink back into the tent. Well, guys.
Okay, so let's see here. I make sure, because none of my people showed up for some reason. 1, 2, you. Okay. You're dead. Okay. You're not, you're dead. Okay, so one of them goes now. This is the was looking at Quen. So we're gonna have another attack coming at Quen. And the one right in front. And that is a 15. Is that enough to hit?
No, that doesn't hit because I have my my spell sword ability, so my AC is 17 right now.
Oh, that's okay. So there's that one, and I think that's the only one that attacks until the very, well, almost the very end. Dead. Yep. Trapped and dead. No, that's it for now. The next one's after Gizzard. That brings us over to Quen, who just had one of these.
Devanay.
Actually, I'm sorry, not Quen. To Devanay. So Devanay, what you doing? Okay. And where are we going with these? Go ahead and. Okay. These are 3 darts, and you're just. I'm assuming you're shooting it. Oh, never mind. You're typing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I heard you. And she's gone again.
No.
Okay, she was typing something, but disappeared. I can't see anything. Okay. Okay, so is you fire off and the 2 things slam into the one that's currently on Gizzard. It literally just blows this creature apart, and there's nothing left but little chunks. And then as you fire at the third one, your final magic missile blows that thing apart as well. You staying with you are, any staying where you are, any movement bonus action? Okay, I don't see her typing, so I'm going to assume probably not. So then we will jump over to, oh, never mind. She looks like she's going to move over a little ways beside Mushariva, trying to get a line on those other ones. That brings us over to Quen. You've got 2 of these little flapping demon spawn things poking around your head.
Yeah, okay, so I have a question. So earlier you said that you can attack and use a cantrip in one turn, right?
No, for spell casting, if you cast a spell,
Oh.
you can cast a spell. It can be any leveled spell, and then you can use a cantrip as a secondary, as long as one's an action and one's a bonus action.
Okay. Okay. Well then, Quen is going to once again have him chant a little something under his breath, and his sword is gonna glow a bright green as it's gonna stab one of the birds right next to him, and it's gonna have it erupt into flame.
Okay, and that actually does not hit. So as you reach out with the blade and drive it forward, this little thing, after watching you do it before, just sort of flaps up once and you just miss. Anything you're doing for anything you've got for a bonus action or movement?
I don't think so.
Okay, then that will.
Wait,
No,
is that
no,
one
that's
in
it for
the
me.
fairy fire?
Say who?
Is that one in the fairy fire, or?
No, the fairy fire one's dead.
Yeah, the only one that failed its save is already dead. So that'll bring us back over to Gizzard again.
I'm the only pink thing?
Currently, yeah, but there's nothing focused on you right now. Everything's dead except for two of them
Okay.
that Quen had started messing with.
But I'm fabulously pink and sparkly right now. Thank
Yes.
you so much. Now look.
you match your bag of gems. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so once more, as Gizzard is hearing random sounds in the dark, he's going to fire off another blow dart. Disadvantage, and does not hit anything, just misses wide. And where he can't move, he would typically just stand still. So let me just check here. Yep, so that is... Something tells me the last time one of these guys is going to get to attack, and it's the one right above Quen. So you got one more poke coming at you, Quen. That is an 11. That is not going to do it.
Miss.
And I don't think the other guy... that other guy's too high. He's not going to make it. I don't think. That'll bring us back to Solana. As you're looking around, you see there are only two of these little guys still around.
Take my... How wise these guys are. I'm gonna poison spray one of them.
Oh, okay. Just go ahead and make your, is it just the save, or?
Yeah, it's a DC 14.
Okay. So go ahead and, make your roll at 14.
Oh, okay.
And that's no damage then, right?
Let me see if it's poison still. It's not helpful. Wait, so that was a... So I can do something else?
So, well, let's see here. Let me take a look at poison spray. Okay, so poison spray is a cantrip at one action. Yeah, so it's saved, so nothing happens. So if you have a spell that is a bonus action,
Oh, okay.
you could cast a bonus action spell. Like if you have Healing Word, like Malik does,
I'll do
then you'd be able to use Healing Word.
Because why not? Yeah, I heal 5. Okay.
Yeah, so that'll bring us over to Chi-Chi. Well, I should say, I'm assuming you're staying where you are, right?
Yeah, Chi-Chi is really scared still, because I think he had a bad reaction with, like, you know, all the other little animals, so he's just gonna play it cool. He's really shy. I don't blame him. He was just adopted. He's not used to things yet. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so that will bring us over to Musharib, who, after actually feeling a little bit useful and hitting something today,
Yep.
he is going to come running over to try to aid with this little guy and take a swing at him with his hand axe again. And because I got cocky and said he was useful, miss. And he'll just sort of stand there at that point, and that'll bring us back over to Melik.
Okay, well, despite the past events, Melik is feeling pretty confident about this particular fight and is going to try something different. He's going to take that newly acquired battle axe he got earlier today. So why not? And
Why not? Oh yeah.
And that'll hit. Go ahead
Why
and roll
not?
your
I've
damage.
got to read
this
that
guy
song.
just below me.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll your damage, even though I doubt there's a point.
I mean,
Okay.
True.
Hey.
There was a point.
first
What?
time.
It's enough.
Oh my god.
As Melik comes charging out and is... You all notice, strangely enough, as Melik reaches back, two hands with this battle axe, and brings it down and just splits this thing in half. And anything else you're doing?
That's enough.
What I moved like 15 feet.
5, 10, 15, yeah. So you've probably got like 10,
I got
15
15
feet.
left. I'm back in the tent.
Okay, so as you go running away, that other living sturge is going to make his attack against you.
Oh, that's right.
And that is a 19.
Oh.
That's right.
So as you go running back into the tent, the new sturge that is stuck on your back goes right in with you.
Oh.
This wasn't part of the plan.
And as it is not a willing move of the sturge, it doesn't trigger attacks of opportunity from anyone. It's being dragged along unwillingly. Well, unwillingly. So that will bring us over to Devonay. Oh, and Devonay, you would have noticed this as Melik hacked the one in half and took off running. The other one just darted